Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Mark Long, CEO of Shrapnel, to discuss a AAA blockchain-enabled gaming, creating ownership and creator capabilities. Mark has worked on blockbuster games for platforms ranging from Sega Genesis to PlayStation 4, for clients including Disney, Ubisoft, and the U.S. Army. Mark, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. It's great to be here.
A new report by DAP Radar shows a continuing positive outlook for blockchain gaming as investments continue to pour into the sector, but quality needs to improve. What's happening in the space right now?
Yeah, there was $2.5 billion raised in just the last quarter alone. It's been driven primarily by what are called play-to-earn games. I don't think much of these games. They're like the early version of CryptoKitties, if you recall that phenomenon in 2017. The players are demanding, I think, out of blockchain games, higher quality, and that's the game we're working on, we hope.
So tell us about Shrapnel and where you fit in the ecosystem.
So Shrapnel's the first AAA blockchain game that's a first-person shooter. My team is a BAFTA and Emmy Award-winning group that was spun out of HBO. We're all game industry veterans from companies like EA and Xbox and LucasArts, and experience in transmedia, virtual production, gaming as a service. And we're hoping to combine compelling gameplay with a rich set of creator player tools to have an ever-evolving game.
In March, Shrapnel unveiled plans to build on the Avalanche blockchain. What is significant about that?
We love Avalanche for a number of reasons. One is its subnet capabilities. That's the ability to run your own network, where the vast majority of blockchains are completely decentralized and not controlled by you. Developers love to control their infrastructure. Avalanche is also carbon neutral, which is very important to us. And then finally, their transaction settlement time is sub 1 second. And that's really important in a game where you're doing transactions extremely rapidly.
In April, you announced a raise. What will that allow the company to do?
Yeah, so we raised $7 million in private sale after the equity round from Dragonfly, Defiance, Three Arrows, and some angels like Dennis Fong, the first pro gamer, Thresh, and Stephen Lin, the co-founder of Valorant. What we're going to be doing with the money is basically building our team out and producing the title.
Community involvement will drive gameplay and development at every stage in Shrapnel, including design, to what your point before, which is so key in the creator economy. Tell us more about that and what the future looks like, because, Mark, it sounds like we are still very early in GameFi and the potential that it has.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Shrapnel is a really novel experiment in decentralized design. You know, games are normally designed and developed completely in secret and then dropped on the community. But here, the community is going to drive gameplay and development at literally every stage, including design, the feature roadmap, aesthetics. And this is just a completely new idea. It's very scary, but exciting at the same time. Players will be able to design maps, weapons, skins, which are cosmetic customizations, and then exchange them in our marketplace. The blockchain provides attribution back to the creators so that we can share revenue with them.
It's just so exciting because we know the issues with content creation and not having the attribution back and not being rewarded for your work. I think it's awesome that the community is there, and I think it's super exciting because it sounds like to me that the game never ends. There is no, you get to the highest level. It sounds like it can constantly just keep going in a world of its own. You have different content creators continuing to build these worlds out.
Yeah, what I've observed in my own kids is this generation of gamer has grown up learning to visually program in Minecraft. Then they age into Roblox, which is kind of the Legos of game creation. And then when you become a tween, you become a more competitive player. And of course, Fortnite's got its own in situ build mode. But after that, there's just nothing for players to age into. You know, when you become 18, leave school, get a job kind of thing, And that's the core competitive audience that we're going after. And I just don't think that they're suddenly going to stop wanting to make their own game. And instead, I think it's the opposite, that the first franchise that offers players the opportunity to mod, you make the game their own at a professional level, could be very successful.
I would agree with you. I have an 18-year-old gamer at home, and he has a love-hate relationship with Fortnite. Loves the community and loves the game, but then there's just like nothing else beyond it. So from my personal experience, it certainly sounds like there's a generation lined up, because it is, in fact, part of it, the social aspect of it too is, you know, you and I we had in-person relationships, but really their social circle is very digitally based.
Yeah, and as you're well aware, gamers are very invested in their world. They have an extreme sense of ownership and entitlement. And this is kind of a crazy experiment to give them those rights, let them make the game their own. Our job is to just give them the tools, and then blockchain provides for free, provides all the, a sophisticated database to track provenance and revenue sharing and all these governance as well, the right to vote on the roadmap.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited about it. The design and creation just is so fascinating to me. Mark, thank you for joining us on Trade Talks. We appreciate the insight. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.